From the KOFI News Team, this is KOFI's Flathead News Weekly, covering the week's top headlines from Kalispell to Columbia Falls, Whitefish to Big Fork, and across northwest Montana.
A 69-year-old man is facing 2 counts of deliberate homicide in connection with the deaths of 2 nursing home patients in Missoula more than 30 years ago. Court documents say Nikki Dean Gardner was charged with the 1990 killings at Riverside Health and Rehabilitation after new DNA testing linked him to the crimes. Investigators say both victims were elderly patients whose deaths were initially treated as non-suspicious, but later evidence, including DNA and autopsy findings, led to homicide rulings. The Montana State Crime Lab says a partial DNA profile developed in 2025 matched Gardner, who is now 69 years old. He's scheduled to appear in court on Thursday. Missoula police are investigating a series of overnight crimes in a few neighborhoods that may be connected. KOFI Scott Davis joins us with details.
Officers say 2 random assaults and 2 vehicle break-ins happened between about 11:15 p.m. and 1:15 a.m. on June 8th into the 9th. Detectives are asking residents and businesses to review surveillance video from late Monday night through early Tuesday morning for anything suspicious. Police are also looking for a man described as about 6 feet tall with red hair and a scraggly beard. Last seen wearing a green and black plaid jacket and possibly carrying a black backpack. He may also have had a long gun or similar object. Anyone with information is urged to contact Missoula Police.
Flathead County Library trustees have fine-tuned their points in negotiations to purchase property for a new Kalispell branch, as Hannah Shields reports for the Daily Interlake. The northwest quarter of the Kalispell Center Mall property, adjacent to 5th Avenue West and the Parkline Trail, is being checked out by the library. Trustees have negotiated with owner Shop Developers for more than a year on the property's purchase. Trustees offered $2.5 million for 2 acres, but find agreeable a $2.9 million counteroffer. According to a proposed timeline, trustees hope to sign the letter of intent and a buy-sell purchase agreement by the end of June, and trustees intend to finalize the purchase by this coming winter. Construction of a proposed 40,000 square foot library is planned to begin in 2030 and be completed by 2033. Flathead County officials were in a sunny mood on a gray day Wednesday as they gathered at the site of the new county jail south of Kalispell for a groundbreaking ceremony. Armed with commemorative gold shovels for the occasion, Flathead County Commissioners Sheriff Brian Haino, Flathead County Jail Commander Jenny Root, and others turned the first earth in what is expected to be a 3-year project by Martel Construction on Snowline Lane to erect a new public safety facility that will house the county jail and the sheriff's department. Flathead County voters approved a $105 million bond in November to construct the facility. The old jail has reached its capacity. The new jail will be able to handle twice the number of inmates at 260. Flathead County Commissioner Pam Holmquist has been advocating for a new jail since 2015 and told Sean Wells of MTN News that she's been squirreling away money for the project every year ever since.
A black bear that wandered into a Warden, Montana neighborhood Monday ended up under a residential deck before being tranquilized and relocated by wildlife officials. The homeowner says his dog started barking, and when he went to pull the dogs back, he came face to face with the bear, which remained calm and went under his deck. Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks relocated it to Sweetgrass County after determining it had not been feeding on human food. Meanwhile, wildlife officials euthanized a black bear at Beavertail Hill State Park east of Missoula on Tuesday morning after campers reported an encounter with the animal inside their tent. Again, Scott Davis has that story.
According to Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks, the campers were unharmed during the incident. Responding officers later located the bear and determined it had become habituated to people and was actively seeking food and other human attractants before it was euthanized. Wildlife officials remind the public that bears are common throughout Montana and urge campers and hikers to take precautions, including storing food and scented items outside tents, securing garbage and bear-resistant containers, carrying bear spray, and making noise in the areas where limited visibility is there. They also recommend extra caution during dawn, dusk, and nighttime hours when bear activity increases. Beavertail Hill State Park does remain open to visitors.
A 17-year-old girl from Columbus, Ohio is in an induced coma and on a ventilator at Logan Health in Kalispell after a serious accident during a commercial rafting trip Thursday of last week on the Middle Fork of the Flathead River. Evie Scoville was submerged for about 10 minutes during a mishap on a Great Northern Raft Company excursion. She received CPR for 45 minutes before being airlifted to Kalispell for emergency medical treatment, which included placing her in an induced coma and therapeutically cooling her body. According to a GoFundMe account started by a friend of the family, initial neurological evaluations after the accident were bleak, but Evie has made slow but steady progress toward recovery since. Hers was one of 6 watercraft incidents on swollen Flathead waterways between May 25th and June 4th, and Evie's accident was at the Bone Crusher Rapid between 2 and 3 p.m. on June 4th. The GoFundMe concludes that Evie Scoville's recovery is expected to be long and expensive, including medical transport, ongoing ICU care for an indeterminate but prolonged amount of time, therapy, and other related expenses. The Columbia Falls City Council this week gave its approval for the development of Tea Kettle Heights, a 421-unit subdivision on former Columbia Falls Aluminum Company land, being backed by local developer Nick Ruiz, and one of the largest subdivisions ever approved by the city. Councilors are looking to the mix of apartments and single-family residences to help alleviate Columbia Falls' housing crunch. As Lauren Frick reports in the Flathead Beacon, councilors with concerns largely echoed what has been voiced already by the public, including negative impacts to wildlife in the area, strain on city services and infrastructure, and, perhaps primarily, the health and safety concerns associated with developing on land adjacent to an active U.S. Environmental Protection Agency Superfund site. The planned unit development calls for 125 single-family residences on detached lots, 56 single-family townhouse subplots, and 240 multifamily apartment units on 78 acres south of Aluminum Drive. The subdivision, which will be completed in 3 phases, will have 2 access points, one to Aluminum Drive and the other directly to the North Fork Road. The approval was also accompanied by 30 conditions pertaining to homeowners associations and park maintenance, incorporating native and local trees, plants, and grasses into landscaping, and requiring the developer to state in the Tea Kettle Heights covenants, conditions, and restrictions that the subdivision is located on the Anaconda Aluminum Company Columbia Falls Reduction Plant Superfund site.
That's your Week in Review from the KOFI News Team. Stay connected with us for the latest news affecting the Flathead Valley and Northwest Montana by listening to this podcast, posted every Friday afternoon. Join us again next week for another roundup of the stories that matter to you.